Thank you very much, and to all of you, very welcome on behalf of Swedavia and Stockholm Arlanda Airport to Stockholm Arlanda Airport and one of the hotels that we have here. My name is Fredrik Jaresved. I'm head of public affairs for Stockholm Arlanda Airport. So I work a lot with the mayor and his friends in the municipality and also the surrounding municipalities around the airport. What I'm going to talk a little bit about is how we see things from Swedavia and how we want to be a part of developing this as the hub for Scandinavia. I've said here, the capital airport of Scandinavia, and that's what we're aiming for at Stockholm Arlanda Airport. First, just a picture about Swedavia, what Swedavia is and what our role is. We are a government company, 100% owned by the Swedish government. We own and operate 10 airports around Sweden, from Kiruna up north to Malmö down in the south. And also 2 airports here in Stockholm. It's Stockholm Arlanda Airport and the city airport of Bromma in the western part of the Stockholm city. We have a vision within Swedavia which kind of gathers what we're here for. No company can say that they're just here to... They should have an aim or a vision. Our vision is together we bring the world closer. And I think that that's a very good vision because it actually points to what we are for. We're here to create accessibility and provide means for people to meet, for cultural exchange, for knowledge exchange, and to do business between Sweden and other countries and also other parts of the world. So that's basically what our goal is and our vision. Together, we bring the world closer. In order to do that, intermodality is one of the key topics that we are working on. Now, we own and operate airports, but airports are also hubs for intermodality. You cannot only take an airplane and go. It's usually another mode of transportation to go to and from the airport as well. So what we are doing is trying to see to it that our airports can work as good as possible when it comes to an intermodal exchange point. This is especially true for Stockholm Arlanda Airport. Here we today, as the only airport in Sweden, have a railway connection. And we're also one of the largest train stations in Sweden today, here at Stockholm Arlanda Airport. This is something that we want to develop even further, because we see that it is a very congested place, Stockholm. And one of the things that we can relieve this congestion is to work with the different parts of the region. And to make Arlanda also as a hub for ground transport in the northern region of Stockholm is something that we believe would be very, very good for the society. And we are already on a good way to get there as far as our function. Now, what we're working a lot with right now is direct connectivity, because, I mean, as an airport operator, you should never lose focus on your main objective, and that is to create accessibility to other countries, other parts of the world. And direct connectivity for Sweden is very, very important. More than 50% of our gross national product comes from export of goods and services to other countries. And of course, that cannot be happening unless you have good accessibility to other countries. Then that will pass on to other countries. So we are in great demand and need to have good accessibility to and from Sweden. And of course, to get more direct accessibility creates employment at the airport. Today, about 18,000 people work here. This is one of the most densely populated areas when it comes to workplaces in the northern part of the region. But also direct connectivity to work to connect directly without having to go through super hubs down in Europe or whatever. It reduces travel time. And you can also fly directly to your final destination, which actually reduces environmental impact from your travel. So there are several things that would be good to get more accessibility and direct accessibility to and from the airport. So when we looked at these figures, these are from Airbus, and their projections about how the air traffic in the world will develop over time, we were a little bit sad. This is how it looked in 2012, where you have divided in the world in aviation megacities. And the definition of an aviation megacity is if you have direct connectivity and how many intercontinental flights and passengers you have in these cities. And as you can see here, in 2012, we didn't really have any aviation megacities up here in the northern part of Europe. Nothing. Nothing. So, what will happen in the years to come, according to Airbus? Well, this is what will happen. Aviation is growing at a rapid pace. We already have a lot of air travel in Europe, in North America, but the real increases are happening right now in Asia. And you can see that from this picture. The aviation megacities in Asia will develop very strongly over the coming decades. You will see also development in North America and in Europe when it comes to these aviation megacities. And as you can see here now, 2 aviation megacities have been established up in the northern part of Europe, but not here in Stockholm. And that bothers us, that Airbus has this view, because we have a different view here. And I will show you why. Now, they are correct at the moment. Only 16% of the intercontinental trips go directly to their final destination here from Stockholm, Sweden. Is this a good or a bad figure? Well, we think that there is a lot of potential to increase this number to get a better connectivity to and from the airport. Because the Swedish market is actually the largest one when it comes to direct or intercontinental travel, as you can see here. But we have one of the lowest direct flights. And this is something that the airlines are now starting to see. They are starting to see that the market is here in Stockholm, and we are underserved when it comes to direct connectivity to and from the airport. At the same time, the aviation chart is redrawn. New airplane types are coming out on the market. We have the Boeing 787, for instance, the Dreamliner, which is a much better airplane to serve smaller destinations. Like, even though we are the largest destination in Sweden, it's still a small destination from a world scheme, so to say. But this is an airplane type that is perfect to serve a destination of Arlanda's size. We also see that the different airlines have new strategies. They are seeing that the market is here in Stockholm. They are putting more capacity on the market. And we have seen that with the new strategies from the Middle East companies like Qatar, Emirates, and also from the Nordic airline Norwegian that is putting a lot more capacity here at Stockholm Arlanda Airport. Which also brings up the competition from Scandinavian airlines, and they also put more capacity here to compete, of course, with these new airlines coming in. So when we started to work with this, we could see that, okay, there is an interest to put more capacity at Arlanda, and already last year we got this much more traffic at Stockholm Arlanda with direct connectivity. And this year, 2014, we also got direct connections to Los Angeles and San Francisco. And this will continue, maybe not in this rapid pace that we have seen the last 1.5 to 2 years, but it will continue. And in order to be able to do that, we need to work to increase the capacity at the airport to handle the new traffic. So what we have done is we have brought forward a development plan for Stockholm Arlanda Airport to cope with the increase in traffic. This year we have increased with 10% from last year. And last year we were at all-time high, over 20 million passengers at this airport. This year we will reach somewhere in the vicinity 22.5, maybe if we are lucky, 23 million passengers at the airport. So we are kind of bursting at the seams right now at the airport. We're not built to cope with this much passengers, and with the increase that we see coming into the airport in the coming years, and especially when it comes to intercontinental flights, we need to do something about our infrastructure. So what we did, we started to work with a development plan for the airport and to see what can we do. So this is our development plan. Some of you that know Arlanda, you can see the similarities. But the first thing that we are going to do is to build a new pier out at Terminal 5 for large aircrafts in order to be able to cope with the new traffic coming into the airport. We will then continue in the south to build new piers there in Terminal 2 to cope with the feeder traffic, because we will become a much larger hub for transfer traffic as well. So we will need to have also other traffic coming into the airport. And as you can see here in front of the airport, you see an airport city. That is also a very important part of our strategy, because an airport, if we are growing at the pace that we think that we will grow, and that we have seen now in the figures that we are growing, we want to take advantage of that. We want the municipality to take advantage of that, to actually gain from the increased passenger flows that we have here. And of course, there are a lot of companies that want to be situated close to their markets. And when you just have 10 minutes to go on a flight from your office to travel to China or to North America, whatever, that is a very good location to do business from. And the demand that we see has brought us to the conclusion that we need to build an airport city, an attractive airport city around the terminals. Today, we have mainly parking spaces here in front of the terminal, and we make a lot of money of that, but it's our land, and I think one of the things that we need to do is try to change that. We need to make more money out of to rent office spaces instead of parking cars. So, but in order to do that, we have to fix the transportation system also at the airport. This connects to another thing that we're doing, and that the mayor, Lars Bryntesson, also talked about. And this is the development plan for this part of the region, for Airport City Stockholm. As you can see here, Stockholm City is in the south, and we have Uppsala, which is the 4th largest city in Sweden, up to the north. And we are located smack in the middle of these two developing cities. This is a perfect location to do business. Perfect location. But we need to have the functions working here within this area. As Lars said, in the regional development plan, this part of the region was pointed out as a regional core, one of the regional cores around Stockholm City. And from that, we are now working together, the airport, the municipality, and also other municipalities around the airport, in order to make this core work as good as possible. So what has been done is we have created this company, Airport City Stockholm, who has brought forward a strategy, a city development strategy for this area. We also have a public transport strategy for this area that now needs to be put in operation. And as you can see, this all connects, all of these development plans connect to each other in order to develop the area. They go hand in hand, and this will bring about 50,000 more employees into this area. Okay. These are some of the pictures that we will see here in the next coming decades around Sky City, which will be one of the cores in this city development. This is the downtown area. But of course, it's very important, in order to be able to do this, it's very important for commitment from the public sector. And we really feel that we have this. To get support for the growth in air traffic, That's not an easy thing to do. I mean, air traffic is very good to connect other people, to connect culture, to do business. But we also have the environmental side where aviation emits carbon dioxide. That is a problem we need to fix, of course. But we cannot fix it unless we also can have the connections and have cultural exchanges and business exchanges between Sweden and other countries. So you don't want to remove one thing for another. So we need to do both things at the same time. We need to get good planning possibilities, and here we have a very good support from the municipality of Sigtuna and also the other municipalities in order to be able to fulfill these plans that we have for the area. And of course, to strengthen the public transport to and from the airport is of vital interest, otherwise we will not be able to make this. If we're going to bring in 50,000 more people working in this area, all of them will not be able to go by car. That's just hard facts. Now, customer value. I will just finish with a few pictures from the airport. Those of you that like airports, it's kind of nice. Another thing that we also need to do is to bring in design. We need to make this an attractive place to be and to work at. And this is something that we have been starting at the airport, to bring in an atmosphere which is desirable for a lot of people. So these are a few examples of what we already have done and what we're planning to do in the future when it comes to the airport. This is a new Terminal 2, which has been refurbished. And I personally think that this is an excellent atmosphere in this terminal. For those of you that visited Terminal 2 maybe 2 or 3 years ago, it was a completely different terminal. I will stop there. This is a few other pictures about what we're doing right now within the airport in order to get a better atmosphere for our customers and the travelers that are passing through the terminal, so that they can feel at ease and that they can feel comfortable there and do some business and work there as well. Skybridge is also something that is going to connect the airport to this airport city. And that is already built as well. All of these things that I'm showing are already built. And of course, the ABBA Museum. You have to show that as well. So to bring some culture into the airport and the airport city, I think that is of vital concern as well. So with that note, I think I will finish. Thank you.